Oh, summertime QRN. CQ, 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 the old friends net. This is N4LQ, November 4, Lima, Quebec. Steve in Shelby, North Carolina, calling CQ, the old friends net. Meets here every Sunday at 6 p.m. on 3715 and on Tuesday at, Tuesday and Thursday at, I believe we're going to do it at 8 a.m. now, 8:00 a.m. The Old Friends Net is an AM net, amplitude modulation only, and we love to talk about old-time radios, vintage equipment, and stuff pertaining to that. So, if you'd like to check in, please call now.
I don't know if you hear me, W4DC, you're really bad here.
Was that, come back with that last check-in there? I didn't quite get it. He just don't have much modulation. Who was that? Tom or who was that?
I got a good fair copy on. That's Randall, N2CUA in Gaffney. He's got a pretty good signal here today.
Well, good. Okay, I saw it on the scope and I could hear him, but it just sounded kind of low and muffled. Okay, that is Randy. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else?
WA4FJQ.
All right, had about three at once there. WA4FJQ, and who was the other?
N4AK.
All right, got N4AK. Anybody else? All right, here's what I have so far. KZ4B, KG4IUQ, W4MEC, N2CUA, WA4FJQ, and N4AK. And anybody else that I missed, please call now.
November 4 Whiskey Delta.
All right, anybody else? All right, got George and Bruce there. GDN and WD. Anybody else want to check in? All right, down the list real quick here. One more time. KZ4B, KG4IUQ, W4MEC, N2CUA, WA4FJQ, and N4AK, and K4GDN, and N4WD. Anybody else before we start the roundtable?
WB4ARK.
All right, adding Buddy at the bottom there, WB4ARK, loud and clear. And it goes back to me, I guess. Anybody else? One more time. All right, I am hearing everybody except for our friend there in Gastonia, or Gaffney. So let's try it and see how it goes. KZ4B, go ahead. N4LQ.
In general, signals are weaker than average, I would say. The static is coming in strong, but there's nothing on top of us. We normally try to chill out on Sunday, but today we lubricated the lawnmower after going and purchasing a new gun to inject the lubricant. We tried to borrow the next 4 liters and his was all worn out. So we got that task done. I'm too old to do that. One more job that needs to be found out. Now, lawnmower is not user friendly, but I wanted to get that behind me because to lose the blade bearings would be a disaster. I've changed them out once already because my son inadvertently sprayed the deck with water and rusted the bearings. And after sitting for a while, I didn't realize that it had happened. So anyway, that's the big news for the day. There's secondary news, but I'll leave it for the second go. KG4IUQ in the group. Take it away, KZ.
Very much, John. I'm here with the crashes over here. KZ4B with coming in where I could copy all the words. Everything was hearable. Everything was pinned down. Steve, you're sounding good, very clear over here, but you're 2 miles away from it. Using my multi-LMAC AF68 with the PMRA. I have an 80 meters half-wave dipole up about 7 feet. I'm going to turn it over now to Charlie,
Okay, W4MEC, it's your turn.
Okay. Let's see. N4LQ W4MEC. Yeah, that was pretty brutal there. I heard a little bit, but nothing really. I could hear his voice in there now and then. It's very, QRN is excessive here. And so far I heard a couple of stations, Randall and Tom, and amazingly Bruce came in here. So we'll see how far we go here before my ears start to bleed. So N2CUA in the group W4.
Sorry to break in, but I got a thunderstorm. 7-3 and 4AK.
Gotcha. Go ahead, Randy. Okay, I didn't copy any of that, but I'll turn it over to Tom. WA4FJQ, go ahead.
Yeah, WA4FJQ, Tom here in High Point. The conditions are pretty terrible. It sounds like a war going on out there. I can copy you, Steve, and I can copy Charlie and everybody else that's just waiting on him into CUA. I can't tell if he's turning it over to me. I just know that there's something there, and that's it. At any rate, name here is Tom, and High Point got the AF68 feeding amp running, I don't know, maybe 500-600 watts out, something like that, receiving on a Column 75 S3C, and feeding a half-wave dipole up about 50-60 feet up in the top of a tree. At any rate, there's no big storms overhead right now, but it sounds like it's coming our way. So since conditions are terrible, I'm going to turn it over to Glenn. This is WA4FJQ, over.
Okay, goes to George, K4GDN. Go ahead, George.
Okay, K4GDN. I copied Tom real well. Probably the best of anybody here today. I'm getting probably 50% of the stations, about 75% of the time. So I won't keep it happy.
Okay, N4WD, it's your turn, Bruce. Then it goes to Buddy, ARK.
copy on you, Bruce, and to the A4FJQ, got a good copy on him, and everybody else is kind of marching. Except, KZ4B copies him pretty good, but static crashes are really horrendous. And I think we're going to get a storm here pretty soon, although it's not very, looking as it was, it's still kind of light and sun shining over the direction of it, but hey, around the airport.
Okay, boy, oh boy, that's the weakest I've ever had, Buddy. I can't believe I'm having trouble copying Buddy. This N4LQ. Do we have any late check-ins? Call now. Okay, well, this is not a very good time to have a net, I guess. I'm just going to say, let's do the 73 round. I do want to say again that Tuesday's net will be at 8 a.m. instead of the usual 9 a.m. And so will Thursday. So we're trying to get started a little bit early to try to get around some of the bad band conditions. Summertime conditions are pretty rough. So with that, I'm going to start the 73 round and just leave it at that. Sorry, we can't do any better. Go ahead, John. KZ4B, N4LQ.
Okay, N4LQ in the group. This is KZ4 Bravo. Fine business, Steve. I'm copying you and Charlie and Tom and Buddy quite well. Everybody else, it's can go to say the very least. One other thing I did today, and maybe this is just academic, but I had picked up 800 transmitter by Meritron, which uses the 3CX 800A7. And it has the oddball filament voltage of 12.6 volts at, I think, 1.5. You can handle 2 tubes. So it would be possible to series the filament to 6.3 volts, 572. And as opposed to 136 800, you'd lose 400 watts, which are running replace tubes. So if I have an issue with 3CX 800, it would be a fallback position. So I series a couple of matched pairs to see how the filament voltage is out, and they were within a couple of tenths of a volt if you hook the filaments in series, so that they see 12.6 volts overall from the transformer. So you know, the military M16 standpoint applications to get 24 volts. So in theory, I just wanted to see how close they were. If anybody heard this, if not, I understand. So if you're still clear by list.
Thank you very much, John. I copy. I guess that's it for me. I'm going to call it here on this particular thing. Everybody have a good evening. I'm going to turn it up now to Charlie, W4MEC in the group. This is KG4.
Okay, Mark, KG4IEQ in the group, W4MEC. Okay, we did copy that last time. It came up a little bit, but it's still brutal here. So we'll look through, hopefully on a quiet Tuesday morning. AM. I have to go find my alarm clock and dust it off and see if it still works. So and I'm coming through the office and it's already making this instinct today. N2CUA in the group, W4MEC.
Oh, I think he turned it over to Tom.
Yeah, WA4FJQ. Thanks, Steve. I can't copy Randy at all. Nothing. I don't even know if he's there. At any rate, terrible conditions. So we'll say 73s. And thanks for calling the net, Steve. And hopefully next Sunday it'll be a little bit better. So I'm going to turn it down to George. KG4GDN. This is WA4FJQ. Off and clear.
Okay, WA4FJQ, the group K4GDN. And I will keep it, I guess, like the space. So I guess I'm going to say 73 and 73 guys.
And Bruce, go ahead.
So I'll wish everybody a good weekend and a good day tomorrow. Don't know. It's raining.
Okay, and that means it goes to Buddy.
I think it came to me. So, WB4AR, and thanks, Steve, for putting up with the horrendous bad conditions today, and we'll see you on Tuesday. N4L Camp, WB4ARK clear.
Okay, everybody, that's it. I hope conditions are much better Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. And I'll send out an email to that fact. So have a good one. Thanks, everybody, for giving it a try. And we'll wish you a good Sunday evening and see y'all Tuesday. And I'll be on 160 on sideband, 160 tonight on 1864 on sideband. If you'd like to have a QSO, we got a little gang down there. Be glad to have you. 73s. This is N4LQ closing the Old Friends Net. Good night. Goodbye.